You more than likely have everything planned out for Christmas Day as far as the big meal goes, but what about Christmas morning? Now, I don't suggest that you get up super duper early and make something from scratch. I suggest that on Christmas evening, you put together a breakfast casserole, stick it in the fridge, and that way the next morning you get up and pop it in the oven, and everyone will be so thankful. I've got 5 recipes, both savory and sweet, that are perfect for Christmas morning. Hopefully you'll find at least one of these that you want to give a try, and it will be your Christmas morning breakfast. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making.
It's gonna feel great to have that ready on Christmas Eve night, stick it in the fridge, and then Christmas morning, take it out of the fridge, put it in the oven, breakfast is ready. We're gonna preheat our oven to 350. I'm also heating up this skillet. We're gonna brown some sausage in this in just a few minutes, but I'm heating it up to about medium high. Okay, I already had some green bell pepper diced, so we've got that covered. We need about half of this red pepper, and we're gonna dice it as well. You know, I could have got my dicer out. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but here we are. And then we also need just about 1/4 cup of onion diced. Now, if you wanna save some time, you could always get the hash browns. What is it called? Is it the O'Brien? Do you know what I'm talking about? That already has the peppers and onions in it. You really could do that. And if my grocery store had that, I would have done that. But it has been so hard to find hash browns in the frozen section. At least at my grocery store. You have to let me know below if you have the same thing happening at yours. But this recipe calls for shredded hash browns. Yeah, mine didn't have that, so we're going with diced. It's not a big deal, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know what the deal is, so let me know. Are you having problems finding that too? I am making this mid-afternoon. We had a very light lunch, but tonight, Stephen and I are going on a date night, and we are going to see some Christmas lights. So if you are somewhat local to me, I don't know if you've ever been, you'll have to let me know, but the Tryon Equestrian Center in North Carolina has a really large drive-through lights show. And I think it's the kind where you can turn your radio to whatever station they tell you to turn it to, and the lights correspond with the music. We've never been, so I'm pretty excited about it. It's a little bit of a drive for us, but it's gonna be fun. It's Christmas colors. Our pan is nice and hot, and normally I use my little mix and chop tool, but with sausage, I like to use a spatula because the sausage tends to get really stuck. It kind of sticks to the mix and chop, and it's kind of annoying. So if you have that same issue, just use a spatula with your sausage, at least when it's first getting started. Talking about this tool right here, the mix and chop, it's great for ground beef and other things, but sausage, it ends up getting on my nerves. We need to shred some cheese. We need about 2 cups of cheese. This is browned, so let's drain this over here on some paper towels. So I've got a 9x13 dish. I chose this one because it has a lid, which is great, so I don't have to transfer leftovers. I can just leave it all here. We need to spray it with some nonstick spray. This is my favorite nonstick spray. It's from Thrive. I always have 1 or 2 bottles of this ready to go. Now we need 20 ounces of hash browns. Again, they called for the shredded. This is all my grocery store had. So, and they've been sitting out on my counter for quite some time. I wonder if they're supposed to be thawed completely. Ah, yeah, they are. They're not thawed. They're cold, but they're still a little frozen. So we may have to bake this a little bit longer than it calls for, but that's okay. So pour those in. We're also gonna throw in our cooked sausage. Well, you don't wanna throw it. I mean, who am I to tell you what to do? You can throw it if you want to. I'm just gonna scrape mine in. You do you, boo. Let's add in our onions and our bell pepper and our red. We definitely have more red than green. And then at this point, you're gonna use about 1.5 cups of your cheese. Let's mix all of that together. I mean, that already looks pretty, right? All right, we've got a large bowl here. We're gonna add 8 eggs. You could then just add regular milk. I think it's 1 1/4 cups. I will always link the recipe below. But I'm gonna go with a can of evaporated milk. Then we're gonna add a little salt and pepper. And then you also wanna add some Italian herbs. If you have this one from Sam's Club, be careful. The top can and will come off. Some of y'all got to see that firsthand. Let's just whisk that around. We're gonna pour this egg mixture all over our hash browns. And then at this point, if you wanted to stop, if you were planning to make this a day before, you can make this up to 2 days before. But if you're making it before, you'll stop at this point and just cover it. But we're gonna continue on because I'm gonna bake it right now. What we're gonna do is try and break things. We're gonna top it with the remaining cheese. And this is gonna go in the oven uncovered for 55 to 65 minutes, just depending. And because my hash browns are not completely thawed, it may be closer to the 65 minutes. We'll check it at 1 hour and then go from there. It's the final countdown. It's go time. Not to be confused with it's bow time. Oh, are you jiggly? You are not. You are perfect. Oh my stars. Get in my belly. Cole said he's scared. What's that face, Cole? He likes it?
Just a tad.
He said just a tad.
That's a Hashbrown Casserole.
Cole is so happy right now.
Hash
I wish y'all could
browns.
see him. He is so happy.
Got the egg flavor in there, a little bit of veggies, sausage.
Yes.
That's what we want.
So, Christmas morning, would this be a good one?
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow morning.
We're going to have leftovers so you can eat it tomorrow morning if you'd like.
Yeah. Just letting you know.
Hey, Cole, what did you just say?
Huh?
You said amazing, and then what?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. That hash brown casserole is really good. Good morning. I am making this make-ahead casserole in the morning. We're gonna bake it this evening. I had plans to make it last night and have it this morning for breakfast, but I had vertigo all day yesterday and it just did not feel up to coming in the kitchen. This particular make-ahead casserole is a sweet one. It is French toast casserole. You need to allow it to soak for about 8 hours. So that's why I'm making it this morning, and we'll actually put it in the oven tonight. I'm making about half the recipe, but let's get started. This is very quick and easy. I'm gonna get my butter and sugar started on the stove. I'm gonna throw half a stick of unsalted butter here, along with half a cup of brown sugar. Let's go put that on the stovetop. We're gonna put it on about medium-low, get this going. We're gonna let that come up to temperature, and while we do that, I'm gonna slice up my French bread. This is the other half of a loaf of French bread that I used the other day. We're just gonna cube it like we did for our last casserole. Oh, you know what? I don't need to put it in here yet. Pretend I didn't do that. I wanted to measure this out and make sure that I wasn't cutting up too much bread. I think that's the perfect amount. We do have a little bit left over, so it's not quite half of the loaf, but remember, I'm only making half of the recipe. Now, let's mix together our egg mixture. We need 1 cup of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we need 3 eggs. Let's just whisk that together after I wash my hands. So this is starting to melt. I'm gonna start stirring it and incorporating it. We just want all of the sugar to completely dissolve. It's almost gonna make like a little, I don't want to say a paste, but it's not going to be super runny. I'm going to add just a little more sugar in here.
You probably what, a tablespoon?
Maybe, yeah. Okay, this is good and ready. So let's head over to our casserole dish. Let's just pour this on the bottom. Now, the fun thing about this is this topping, yes, a lot of it, or this bottom part is going to soak into the bread. But after we bake it, you can kind of spoon that as a topping on top of your French toast. So I like the way that works. In goes our bread. We're kind of mash it down.
We don't press around here, we mash.
That's a southern word, ain't it?
That's right, we mash it. We don't press potatoes.
And you don't press a button, you mash the button.
You mash that button.
Are you from the South? Do you say mash? If you're from the North, you're like, what in the world are they talking about? Now we're just going to pour our egg mixture over top. And this is gonna soak in this bread all day today. It needs to be for at least 8 hours, or just overnight would be great. Trying to make sure all of our bread is getting that. Need a little bit of plastic wrap. All right, this is going in the refrigerator all day. We are about to head to church. And then tonight, around 6 o'clock, this will go in the oven. I'm back. I'm in my PJs. It's only the evening, but I'm telling you what, today has been one of those days where it's been cold and rainy, and I was just cold all the way down to my bones. So I've got on fuzzy socks, I've got on my PJs, I've been sitting in front of the fire, but it is time to put our casserole in the oven. It has been soaking all day. I'm gonna set it here on the countertop while I go preheat my oven to 350. Okay, let's remove our plastic wrap. You remember how like liquidy it was this morning? Look how much has been soaked up. That's why we leave it all day. Now I'm gonna make a topping for it. We're gonna add some brown sugar and some cinnamon to this little bowl. Stir that up, and we're gonna sprinkle that over top before it goes in the oven. Now I do want to tell you the original recipe says to preheat your oven to 450 and to bake it for 30 minutes. I was reading reading comments, and pretty much the consensus is that 450 at 30 minutes pretty much burns the thing, and people didn't like that. So they said 350 for about an hour, which is what we're doing. Okay, I think that's good. So in the oven at 350 for an hour, we are going to watch the top of it. If it starts to get too brown, we can always put some aluminum foil on top. I'm going to set the timer for 50 minutes and we'll check on it at that point. We've only got about a minute left of the 50-minute timer. Let's take a look. That's what it's looking like. I think we're gonna need that extra 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that 10 minutes to here. Our timer just went off and that is looking amazing. So let's take this out. We're gonna let it sit for just a few minutes before we cut into it. Add a little protein for the evening. I've got some sausage here on our griddle. This will be done in just a couple of minutes too.
I haven't had French toast in a minute.
So this recipe apparently is similar to like the consistency of like a bread pudding.
Okay.
I don't know. So we shall find out.
Oh man. Wow. French bread pudding.
Okay.
That's what this tastes like.
Okay.
Wow, that is really good. Oh man, the consistency.
Yeah.
Definitely got that bread pudding texture.
Okay.
Like soft and
Eggy, but
eggy.
yeah. Yeah.
Really good. Very delicious. Oh man, that cinnamon and sugar just.
Good.
Man.
What you think about that blueberry syrup?
That's delicious.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it goes really well with this.
Yay.
It's got that, that vanilla flavoring and stuff in there, and then the blueberry.
You know what?
Just
Berries
meshes
would
with
probably be good on top of this.
Yeah, it would.
Yep.
It's got like a little crunch on top as well.
Right.
Because it kind of crisps up a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of dried out on top.
Yep.
That is a nice little texture
Difference. Okay.
there for sure.
Well, I'm going to dig in.
It's like sugary. It's got the sweet cinnamon on top. That's like on the crusty top. You're going to love it.
Well, I've been hearing you describe it. My mouth has been watering, so I'm pretty excited about this. Man.
Yeah. Isn't that good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the crunchy, crispy top. And then it's almost like a bread pudding for sure.
Yeah.
And then on the very bottom, it's got that buttery, sugary, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's delicious at that.
This recipe calls for bakery level croissants. So I went to the grocery store and they were out of the bakery croissants. You don't want to use like the Pillsbury crescent rolls. No. You need good quality croissants. And then this guy said, why don't we
use the wild grain croissants?
So here, we're gonna use the wild grain croissants. I love their croissants. But I was so sad to use them and not just eat them by themselves. But, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll still enjoy them. They're gonna be inside of something. But I don't know, it hurt my heart a little bit to use them for this recipe.
There's another pack in there, ain't there?
Yeah, we've got an extra pack, so it's okay.
We got a backup pack.
We do have a backup pack. So we're going to be baking these croissants for our next dish that we're doing. But you want good croissants. So wild grain, bakery level croissants. You ready for this one?
Talk to me about this dish. Is it a surprise, kindly?
No, it's not really a surprise. It does have an ingredient in it that you have claimed in the past that you don't like, but we have recently figured out that you really do like.
Okay.
What do you think that is?
Cream cheese?
Yeah.
Cream cheese.
So, and it's got berries in it. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a really good one.
Well,
we're going to make
I'm
an
sure
icing
it'll
for
be
on
very
top.
good.
Very good. Look at you. King of the dad jokes.
Yep.
So this one is called Sweet Croissant Berry Casserole. Sweet Berry Croissant Casserole? Something like that. You get the idea. It's that time. Our croissants have cooled. I've got an 8x8 dish here. I'm gonna spray it And we're gonna chop these up into about 1-inch cubes. And then they're just gonna go directly into the dish. Gosh, that smells good just by itself. Let's just eat that. Call it done. I've got some mixed berries here. These were frozen. They've just been sitting on this plate for about 25 minutes or so. It's okay if they're still a little frozen. You can use fresh berries if you want to, but we're just gonna take these and put them in here with our bread. So I've got 1 block of softened cream cheese. We're gonna mix that with my hand mixer until it's pretty smooth. Pretty sure a little piece of cream cheese went flying across the room. Not exactly sure where it landed, but you know, we're seasoning the kitchen as we go.
That's right. We're saving it for later.
All right.
I'm probably going to slip and fall on the cream cheese.
Don't say that. I've got a cup of milk going in, about a teaspoon of vanilla. I've got a couple of eggs going in. We need about a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar going in, and about a teaspoon of lemon zest. We're just gonna eyeball it. Oh, I about dropped the whole lemon in there. About went in.
That would have been something. It would have definitely made quite the splash.
I'm gonna carefully mix this together. It's not gonna get super smooth. It's gonna look a little cottage cheese-y, which doesn't seem that appetizing, but once everything bakes, it'll be fine. Now I just pour this over it. Now I am not going to allow this to go overnight because we're filming this and we need to get it filmed today. So at least 30, you want at least 30 minutes, but that's okay. We'll do, I don't know, an hour or so and let all of that kind of soak into the croissants. I am going to cover it with some aluminum foil. And when we bake this, we'll bake it with the aluminum foil on for most of the time. And then at the end, we'll take it off. But this is going to go in the fridge up to overnight, but at least 30 minutes. We've got to set our oven to 350, but it happens to be 350 in the afternoon right now. I just thought that was cool. Anyway, bake 350. While that is preheating, we're going to take this out of the fridge and just let it sit at room temperature. So this is going in the oven at 350, covered for 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, we'll uncover it and bake it for 15 more. It has been 30 minutes, so let's take our aluminum foil off, pop it back in for 15 more minutes. All right, let's make our vanilla glaze to go on top. We need 2 to 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. We'll start with 2. We can always add more. We got some powdered sugar. We need about a 1/2 cup of that and some vanilla extract. If you have vanilla bean paste, you could use that. We're gonna use about a teaspoon. We're just gonna mix this together until it's pourable. I don't want it too thin, but I definitely wanna be able to pour it. So, oh, that's good. Okay, that is ready for when it comes out. I think it's done. It looks good. You're just gonna poke holes all in it.
You gotta check it. Come on. I'm excited. The wait is over.
It smells so good.
And yeah, make sure we get plenty of this fruit here too.
I just ate part of a candy cane, so that was probably not the wisest of decisions. My mouth tastes like peppermint right now.
It's gonna be a peppermint surprise.
Oh, it's hot. Be careful. Oh, we got a tink.
Tink. Well, now we gotta blow it off first. About to pass out. Oh man, that is really good. Sweet, that pop of that lemon zest in there as well.
Yeah, you can taste that for sure.
Wow. Oh, I love the texture. It is so good.
It's delicious, y'all. It's almost more like a dessert. I mean, it could definitely, if you put some protein with this, like some sausage and bacon, whatever, you could make it breakfast, but
Bacon with this. Oh my goodness. That texture is so good. Not flaky like from the croissants. There's no flakiness or nothing like that. It's like, it's more of a pie almost texture, but no crust.
Yeah, I don't want to say soggy because...
It's not soggy, yeah.
It's not soggy. That's not the right word, but it's super soft. Hey.
It's kind of fluffy.
Rude. Look at you taking all of it.
That is delicious.
Oh my word. I want
and
more.
that butteriness of the croissant comes through as well.
And those berries are perfect.
Yes.
That is really good. That would be a great one for Christmas morning.
And you just keep like getting the little hints of that lemon in there as well. Yeah, I feel like this is more of a dessert.
It almost feels like a dessert. Yeah. It's definitely, it shouldn't be the only thing you have for breakfast, in my opinion. It's up to you.
But your idea of putting bacon in with this?
Well, I don't mean I mean
Not
serving. No.
Really?
I mean serving it
We
with
ought
it.
to look, go big or go home. Let's just put the bacon in it. We bring it in. We bring it in. We put it in there.
Anyway, you could definitely sprinkle bacon, like crumble bacon over top. Now that would be good to add that savory. But I was just thinking about having a piece of bacon and getting a bite of that and getting a bite of bacon. I mean,
we can do it that way too.
Okay.
We bring it in. We put it in there.
It is currently lunchtime. I'm going to make this now and put it in the fridge. It just needs to sit in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. It would be great if you did this on Christmas Eve and then had it first thing the next morning. But this is a savory dish, so I thought it would work well for our dinner tonight. This is pretty traditional, but it has a few extra veggies in with it, so that makes me pretty happy. But this is a very easy make-ahead breakfast casserole. I got a loaf of French bread from my grocery store, and the bread needs to be somewhat crusty. I don't think mine is, so I'm gonna turn on my oven and cut it up and bake it for just a few minutes to kind of dry it out to make it more crusty. Let's see if half of this is enough. It may be. I only need 4 cups of cubed bread, so I'm just going to cut these into little cubes. I think half might be enough. Maybe I might need more. Let's just check. I know this is a liquid measure cup, but it's close. All right, I think this is fine. It's actually perfect. So half of a large loaf of French bread should do the trick. So we're gonna be using this 9x13 dish to bake this in later, but for now, instead of dirtying up anything else, let's just place this in here. I've got my oven preheating to 250. I'm just gonna bake it for about 10 minutes and just check on it and see if it's kind of dried out a little bit. And while we do that, we'll get all the rest of our ingredients together. We need about 3/4 a cup of chopped onion. And you know what? I think I am going to get my chopper because I have to chop several things and it's just going to be easier if I grab that. So let me do that. So half of a large onion, or I've got a small-ish onion. Should do us good. And I am chopping this. I'm not dicing it. Now we need, let's not use the bread knife. Grabbed the wrong one. We need some bell peppers chopped as well. So I have this orange one. I also have a yellow one. So we'll see if we need both of them. Keep grabbing that bread knife. Let me put that away. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the yellow one too. I think that's all we need to chop in here. So I've got all that prepped and ready. Onion and bell pepper. Now let's move on. I used the help from the grocery store. We just need about a cup of these mushrooms that have already been pre-washed and sliced, but I am going to chop them up a little bit more. I'm gonna use about half of this package, I think. Honestly, I can just throw that in here with this because all of this is gonna go in at the same time. Now we need some fresh spinach, but I'm gonna be doing a substitution for that. My substitution is going to be a little bit of red and a little bit of green tatsoi. We need to grab some of these leaves from here. These act very much like spinach. They will wilt as well. So I'm going to just pull some off. We need about a cup. So I'm gonna do a little bit of red, like I said, and then also some green too. Our bread just came out of the oven. It is a little crusty, so that's perfect. Let's leave that there. And we're gonna chop our tatsoi. Now, tatsoi, spinach, it doesn't matter. Me and stems, not so much. So I'm gonna cut the stems off of these real quick. So now we just need to roughly chop the spinach, or the tatsoi in my case. All right, I think that's good. A good mound of it. That was all the prep work we needed to do. I have a pound of sausage. I'm gonna start this over here on the stove, and then we'll add some veggies along with it. To our sausage, we're gonna add some Italian seasonings. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. This is just one from Sam's Club. I've had it for probably a couple of years. I'm getting low on it. Let's just start cooking all of this, and we'll add the veggies here soon. Now that it's starting to brown a little bit, I'm gonna add in a couple of cloves of minced garlic, as well as all of our veggies. We're gonna cook all of this together until our veggies are soft and our sausage is cooked through. I am working on our eggs while our sausage cooks. We need 12 eggs whisked together. Okay, in with our eggs, we've got 2/3 a cup of milk, about a cup of shredded cheddar cheese, and then we need to add a little salt and pepper too. Kind of combine all of that. I'm gonna go check on our sausage. It should be just about done. Oh, it's done. It smells so good in here. All right, let's turn this off, and we're gonna pour this over top of our crusty bread. Now over top of our sausage goes our egg, milk, cheese mixture. We're gonna sprinkle with a little more salt and pepper, and that's all she wrote. That is it for now. We're just gonna cover it with some aluminum foil, and it goes in the refrigerator. It can go in for 30 minutes, or you can make it ahead, and it'll go overnight. And that way, in the morning, you've got breakfast. It's time, friends. It is now 5:30. I just got home, taking this out of the oven to let it sit at room temperature while we preheat our oven. So that's what you want to do. Take it out of the fridge, sit it on the counter, and preheat your oven to 375. There you go. Okay, our oven is almost ready. We've got this that's going to go in, told you, at 375 uncovered for 40 to 45 minutes.
What have we here?
I don't know.
We're gonna find out.
We are going to find out.
It is time for the taste test.
I hope it's good.
Well, breakfast is always good,
Right?
right? Let's see. Yes. Wow. Sausage, cheese, and then this like, it's really got that soft, cheesy, kind of like cheesy, but like egg.
Right.
You know, is that like, what is that?
What is that? I don't know.
I don't know what you call it. Filling, I guess?
Yeah, all the veggies.
Yeah, but this part's just egg, I guess?
It is.
That is tasty.
I'm so glad.
Very savory.
Good. All right, I'm going to dig in. I'm starving. I'll be back. Okay. All the veggies.
Yes.
Perfect combination.
Yes.
This is similar to another breakfast bake that I do, or casserole that I do, but this has the bread in it. The other one does not. It's just like an egg bake, or it has croissants on the bottom. It's just a different, I don't know. I love the bread in this.
Yeah, it's got a great texture to it.
Oh my goodness.
But it's still got that egg. It's like an egg bread texture, you know?
Yeah, it's really soft and
But
fluffy.
it's not doughy at all. It's
No,
like,
man, that's good.
it's really good. And it just soaks up all of those flavors in there.
It's super filling because you've got the bread, you've got the egg, the cheese, all the veggies. It's a meal in and of itself. This would be perfect for Christmas morning. And this may have just replaced what I'm going to make for Christmas brunch.
Very good idea.
Yeah, we host Christmas Eve brunch here at our house, and I always make the same casserole. But I think this year I'm going to make this one because it's got so much more flavor. Like the flavor profile is so much more, it's wider.
Right.
So, highly recommend. So now I've got another idea for breakfast on Christmas morning. This one is completely different. This is more on the sweet side, and it is so incredibly good. You're gonna love it. This is called a cinnamon roll French toast bake. I am cutting it in half just because I don't want to have leftovers. I want us to eat this all at one time. But I've got the original recipe linked in the description box as always. The first thing I'm gonna do is preheat my oven to 375. Okay, in this bowl, I'm going to add 2 eggs. And technically, according to the recipe, I should add 3 eggs, but she said that she has cut down the eggs because it becomes too eggy. So just a heads up on that. I'm adding in 1/4 cup of milk, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, we're just gonna set this to the side. Now I'm gonna take my can of cinnamon rolls and I'm going to cut each cinnamon roll into 8 pieces, like little pieces of pizza. I'm using a small square dish, but if you're doing the full recipe, you'll need a 9x13 pan. We're going to take 1/4 cup of butter and pour it all over the bottom. Now I'm just gonna put my cinnamon roll pieces all over the bottom pretty evenly. Now it's time to pour our milk, egg, and cinnamon mixture all over our cinnamon rolls. And lastly, I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of maple syrup all over the top. This is going in a 375-degree oven for about 25 minutes. And don't fear, we're gonna be using this at the end. This will not go to waste. To go along with our breakfast slash lunch slash subby supper, I'm gonna be making some bacon, just so we have that savory with the sweet, and then we'll have some fresh fruit too.
Some good breakfast
For lunch.
for lunch.
But it's a subby supper though.
Eat breakfast any time of the day.
That's right. Does it remind you of French toast?
Yeah, a little bit of French toast, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what it is. It's a cinnamon roll French toast bake.
Wow, really good.
Yeah?
Breakfast. Sweet, love the sweetness of the icing there, which is melted all over everything.
Yeah, it is. And then you've got your bacon to go along with it, that savory to go with the sweet. That's what we like. Cole loves it. He is chowing down over there really quickly. Well, this is really good. I'm so glad I only did 2 eggs and not the 3 because it's not too eggy. I'm very picky about my French toast, and if it has too many eggs, I'm not a fan. And I love taking a bite of this and then taking a bite of bacon because that sweet and savory is where it's at. This reminds us of the big cinnamon roll at Five Oaks in Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
So the Five Oaks restaurant, they have a cinnamon roll that is like as big as this plate. I'm not kidding. And it is so good. It's not overly sweet. If you ever go to Gatlinburg and you want to try out a great restaurant for breakfast, go to Five Oaks. Promise you, you'll love it.